Before start, before starting, I have one thing to share. Many of you guys are in the group, 21-day challenge group, but many of are in just announcement. So you are getting the message, but not in the group. Okay. And group is where we will be doing the activity. So let me share my screen and I will show you what you guys need to do. So can you all see my screen? Okay. So when you're seeing in your WhatsApp, when you're seeing receiving announcements from us, it's LOA and NLP training by Ankita. That's the page you are seeing. So you will see all the messages, but you will not be able to do anything in that group. You won't be able to post anything. So there is on the right hand corner, there are like three people kind of icon is there. Can you guys see? It's three image on the corner, right hand corner top. So if you click, you will see there is an announcement and there is one group called 21 days money manifestation. So you have to join that group. And once the group is open, so you guys can put their challenge, like whatever challenge we are doing, you will be able to post there. So we have to join there as well. So if you haven't joined already, please join in there. Any questions on that? Okay, yeah, Rocky.
So I have joined the group, but when I press the back arrow, it just takes me to LOA and NLP trainings. It doesn't stay on that particular group when I press the back arrow.
Okay, in the bottom is join group. It will say join group.
I have joined the group already.
Okay, so try to send hi or any message like I'm a rock star or I'm money magnet, something amazing. Send in the group. Everybody. Let's see, everybody is in the group, so we would know. So let's see. And let me know, Rocky, if you can send it to.
Sure, I'm just typing it now.
Everybody else is on the group. Are you guys able to see the message, send the message there?
Yeah, I just sent the message, but when I still press the back arrow to go back to normal WhatsApp chat, it just goes back to that LOA and
Yeah, so
NLP.
it's an announcement group attached with a group. So you may see just the announcement, but you can go inside. So we are just letting you know to go inside the group whenever you are posting for your challenge.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. I see many messages coming. So thank you all for messaging me. And it's working fine. So we know that too as well. So as I asked you, you guys love money and money loves us back. That's what is our motive, so that we all have a lot of money, a lot of energy. Talking about energy, people who are already been in Ankita's world know how much Ankita loves energy. Agree or not? Right? We all know. So people who are new to Ankita's world, I would say Ankita thrives on energy. So if you give your 10%, she's going to give back you 20%. If you give your 40%, she's going to give you 80%. If you give 50%, she's going to give you, you know the math. But once you're ready, commit to give your 100%, your 100% commitment, your 100% focus, your 100% energy, she is gonna give you her energy exponentially. So it will not be just 100 for 200, it will be like way higher than. So give your 100% focus, 100% commitment. Get ready with your notebook, get ready with pens, whatever tool you need, your water bottle, all that, and let's get started. So I am playing this song one more time. I love this song. Money is coming to me. I love believing that. So let's play this song. Let's raise our energy. And I want everybody, cameras up, hands in the air. Let's enjoy. Be so energetic that money will say, like, okay, this is the person I want to go with. So let's be that energetic. Ready for that? Ready? I'm not seeing much of nods, much of thumbs up. Okay, let's do it. Hands in the air.
Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me.
Guys, you know me. If I
Just
don't
feel
see
it.
everyone moving, I'm not
I
coming
believe
in. Come on,
it's
raise
coming
the
to me.
energy up.
It's coming to me now. And I'm not worried about how.
Come on.
Oh
Get
yeah.
above the chair.
Money is
Cameras up,
coming
guys.
to
Cameras
me.
up.
Come on, come on, come on. The
If you want
universe
money to
is
find you,
working
at least
for
show your
me.
faces. Let's do this.
That's
Amazing
it. Go,
energy.
Krishna. I can see you. Arpita in the house. Sumit's roaming now. Jena, let's pick it up. Devarshi.
And I'm not worried about
Guys,
how.
going in the air. Neerja,
Money is
Elizabeth.
coming
Go,
to me.
Krishi. Krishna is moving.
More
Love
than
it.
enough to
Akansha.
live.
That's it.
More than enough
Aarti
to
is in the house.
give.
Love it. Love
More
it. Love
than
that.
enough to share.
Love
Feel
it.
like
Go,
it's
Kumsi.
already
Come
here.
on. Move it. I know
More
you
than
saw
enough to
from the
shout.
gym, but let's move it.
More than enough to drop.
That's it.
More than enough to save.
Hands up,
Plenty left over to
Indiana.
give away. Money is coming to me.
That's it.
I can just feel it, and I believe it's coming to me now.
Is it?
I'm
Come
not
on,
worried
you
about
move it.
how. Oh yeah, money is coming to me.
There you go. There you go.
The universe is working for me. I can just feel it.
That's it. You got to feel it. You got to feel it to have it. Hello, hello, everybody. I'm so excited to see you all. It's pretty exciting to see some faces that I absolutely love. Give me a love in the chat if you know me. I love it. And if you're new, welcome, 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 welcome to this beautiful community of people that love each other, enjoy each other's company, and have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun with each other. We know that we want to talk about money. If that's true, give me money in the chat. If you're all bringing in money, give me money in the chat. Let's quickly do that. Yeah, money, 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 money. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. We're going to have a lot of fun today. A lot of fun. So, prerequisite for today is having fun. Who's ready for that? Give me a yes in the chat if you're ready for having fun. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. There you go. There you go. Cool things first. Okay, some housekeeping first. Very, very important. Cameras up. Cameras up, guys. You know I'm a stickler for that. What's the reason? If you're not going to attend it fully, it doesn't mean anything for you. Yeah, everyone agrees? If you're not going to attend it fully, it doesn't mean anything for you. We have multiple trainings going all over the world, but this is the training for you. Right? You are here, you're spending time, 3:30 afternoon, 10 a.m. in India. You're doing all sort of things to be here. Might as well be here. Journals. Everyone's got journals. Show me your journals. Everyone's got it. If you don't have one, go quickly grab one. You will be writing so much. You need your journals, pens, water. Everyone's got it. Yes, stay hydrated. I said that. Stay hydrated. I only put one message, and all I want to remind you guys was of journal, water, and make sure your cameras are up. That's very, very important. So get your journals. That's very, very important. Show me with a thumbs up. You are in the general chat. I need you there. Give me a thumbs up. Everyone, give me a thumbs up. You are in the general chat. I need to see everyone's thumbs up. Yep, just physically show it to me. You guys are in the chat. Perfect. If you are not in the chat and you need help, this is the time. Shout out right now. Need help. Put it in the chat and someone will reach out to you. Tulsi needs help. Put need help in the chat so we know and we can support you. Right? The team will reach out to you after and tell you exactly what to do. Yeah? Otherwise, everyone's there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That is good. That is good. Okay, this is going to be running for 90 minutes. We might go a little bit over. Is that okay? That's just very me. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. We'll just leave some room for Q&A at the end, which I'd love to do just for you guys to understand more about the challenge and what it is going to be about. I'd love to discuss that with everybody at the end. So Q&A for last. Yeah, we'll be going through a lot of information first, attend it to the fullest, ask any questions. We'll make sure all your questions is completely and fully answered before I let you go today and we start the challenge tomorrow. Everyone ready for that? Give me a ready in the chat. Come on, come on, come on. Give me a ready in the chat. Let's go. Give me a ready in the chat. 90 minutes or a little bit tiny weeny over. And that should be all right with everybody. Perfect. Everyone's ready. If everyone's ready, let's start the show, right? Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Everyone's ready? Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. All right. Tell me when you guys can see my screen. Give me a thumbs up. I can see a few people on my screen. Just give me a thumbs up on your screen, just like that. So I can see you all. Perfect. Now I can see everybody. Fantastic. All right. I can see some beautiful faces that I haven't seen in a while, which is good to see. Everyone can see the screen which says 21 days money mindset challenge. Perfect. Love that. All right. So now, of course, we are here to talk about money. And my assumption is if you all are sitting here spending time with me, you do want to make some money, right? And you are fascinated with the idea of abundance. Now, throughout this training, all I want is smiles on everyone's faces. The prerequisite for this is having fun. Everyone with me? We want to be smiling through this training, having fun, right? Because the idea of growth, the idea of success in your life requires us to do certain things in certain ways. And we'll be sharing that today, right? My intention, my intention for this entire journey of 21 days is diving deeply into some of our money mindsets, some of the beliefs that we have and align it with quantum possibilities. So write this down. This is the journey. As far as my intention is concerned, is to take some of your money mindsets, recreate them, and then align them with quantum possibilities. Together, what I want to do is go beyond the traditional thinking of money and your understanding of money to rewire your beliefs, to step into limitless mindset. Write that down. You want to have limitless mindset. That's what you want to have. And connect with the energetic flow of abundance. The idea is to expand and elevate your money consciousness. That's very important for me. And create a long lasting change and to possibly give you a structure of change as far as money mindset is concerned so you can continue to use it whenever you need it, whenever you want it. That's important, right? I am of a very big believer of the fact that when you come to me and you learn anything, you have a structure, you take home a structure which you can continue to build up on, right? It's not like I give you one thing and you can take it and you can do it. No, understanding is important. Building on that is important. But like I said, this journey has certain prerequisites and all of us need to follow it. The first one I think I already gave away is to have fun and smile and do things which are beautiful for us, which create expansion, right? The second important thing is to be authentic. Very, very important. Prerequisites, right? Two prerequisites for this journey. Number one, have fun and play because we are playing with the idea of possibility. And I'll discuss that when the time comes. Because I can tell you, if I am calling something a challenge, you guys know me, some of you know me already. I'm not going to say anything is a challenge until and unless it really is. I'll call it a workshop otherwise, right? If I'm working with you and I'm teaching you something, I'll call it a workshop or a training. But this is a challenge, so it is going to be challenging. And in the challenge, what is most required? Mindset, curiosity, have fun with the possibility of what all is possible. So, fun and play, prerequisite number one. The second prerequisite is being authentic. This is not your place to give me, oh my gosh, the coolest and the nicest of things. This is not that place. It's to be authentic. Yes, we've all heard some great things about energy. We've heard some great things about money mindset. Question is not do we know it? The question is do we embody it? So being authentic right now with yourself, this challenge is not for me. I've done this challenge, that's why I'm presenting it to you. You know me, I'm very congruent to my work. If I haven't embodied it, if I haven't done it, I will never present it. Never, ever, ever would I do that. Right? So being authentic is the most important thing right now. The idea is to tune into your body, feel what you feel, and it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling and let that come out, right? Let that come out. So two prerequisites, everyone's ready with that? Everyone understands? Give me the number two. Give me number two in the chat so I know that you know what I've just said. This is important. Give me number two in the chat. That's it. Blow the chat up today. That's the day. So let's have fun and be authentic. And as we go further, I've told you what my intention is very clearly, right? I want you to write down what's your intention of joining this 21-day money mindset challenge. What made you click that link that I had said? What made you click it? Take 2 minutes and write down, starting with my intention of joining this 21-day money mindset challenge is, and write that down on the piece of paper on the journals that you've got. I told you you will need journals for sure. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that. Why did you click that link? Go back to that time. Tune in and tell me. I should see everyone writing. I'm quite a teacher when it comes to my trainings and my session. Take time out and go back to the time where you clicked that link. What was the motivation? What made you do that? Write that down. Thirty more seconds, write that down. And give me that one thing that is clicking your mind in the chat as well, so I know. Pop it in the chat for me. Perfect, thank you. Perfect, I love it. So you want to see the magic happen. You want to be a money magnet. You want to see how things work on an energetic level. What's about money mindset? What are we learning today? Curiosity is really great. Tell me more, guys. Pop it in the chat. That one thing that made you click that link. Come on, become keyboard warriors. How to attract abundance. There you go. Understand your relationship with money and unlock different channels of abundance. Absolutely. Being abundance of money, identify what's stopping you. Absolutely. Purchase of property, going ahead with doing something specific and to to change your relationship with money. Fantastic. I love that. I want to be a money magnet and change my relationship with money. Have money for a world tour. Beautiful. Love that. Break free from the comfort zone of your job and bring abundance. I'm going to share something about that. And manifest more money. Absolutely. So it's about understanding money on a deeper level. I can see that. Definitely. We're going to do all of this and so much more. You don't want to think twice before buying anything. Absolutely. Getting rid of being fearful with money to welcome Saraswati. Beautiful. Remove fears and inhibitions that stops abundance. Work on relationship with it. Fantastic. Oh, love that. Mindset from being content about money and how can I build that relationship with money. Fantastic, Indu. Perfect. Perfect. Pop that in and let it keep coming in. I am going to be talking at this speed. Is this speed fine? Just give me a thumbs up, everyone. I do tend to speak a little bit faster. We've got lots to cover. So we're going to be keeping a tab on any of your questions that come to your mind from here as we go further ahead in this journey. You can put your questions in the chat, or I suggest write down any questions on a separate piece of paper to ask me at the end. These are such beautiful intentions that you guys are bringing in. Are we ready to have some fun with them? Yes? We are ready. Yeah? We are ready. So, you know now, right? What we're going to do and talk about money mindset. What is the first thing that we're going to talk about? Simple. Money, right? We're going to talk about money and money itself. Now, money is a lot of fun, right? We're going to explore the idea of money today. So let's start from the very beginning, right? And understanding your idea of money. Now let's have some fun and let's not overthink this process. I'm going to say one word and you're going to write the next thing that comes to your mind, right? Are you guys ready? Tell me you are ready. Give me like a full on thumbs up and tell me like wave your hands and blow it up and say you're ready. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. So let's play a game, right? The first thing that comes to your mind when I say the word money, pop that in the chat. First thing that comes to your mind when I say the word money. Dollars, rich, freedom, abundance, go, go, go. Necessity, power, financial freedom. Dollar bills, right? Dollar bills, power, freedom, luxury, love that. Freedom, earning, love that. Wealth and freedom, holiday, fear, is it enough? Freedom, love that. Security, more power. Absolutely love it. Love it. Energy, energy, energy. Travel. Yes, money. Money helps you travel. Oh gosh. It definitely does help you travel. Now, you would have realized when I said the word money, right? Uncle Scrooge, oh, love that. The dollar sign in his eyes. Love that. Now, it would come as suddenly like a rush of adrenaline, right? Some of you said dollar bills, right? Dollar bills coming up, money raining. We love that, right? Is money is what's getting you motivated to get up in the morning, send that email that you send on your jobs, because at the end of it, there is money, right? There is money. Now think beyond these words for a moment. This is the idea of money that you have, but how does that make you feel? How much you would love an easy life. Think beyond the comfort, think beyond the luxury. And tell me then what happens. Tell me what happens. If you truly had that, what would happen? Does it start to give you hand that are sweaty? A heartbeat that raises up? Do you start to feel that your mind's thinking from one possibility to the other? Think beyond the words that you have given me. And what happens then? I want to check something, right? We all, by the way, should have a response. You like it or you don't like it. You can't ignore money, can you? You can't ignore it. Since we start in the morning, right? with that cup of coffee that we have first thing in the morning, right? To the clothes that we wear, to the car that we drive, to the mortgage that we have to pay, to the food that we eat, all requires money. And I can tell you, no day goes by when you do not think of money or the lack of it. Either you think about money or you think about the lack of it. What do you want more? Now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be one rich, famous philanthropist, or you could be one homeless person. Everybody thinks of money. And it's surprising how much we don't know about our relationship with money. Or do we even have one? Do we have one relationship with money? No, we don't know that. I'm going to take you guys on a little journey. It's a very small, teeny weeny journey. We're going to have little journeys through this training. But what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to take a moment, relax back, just sit, relax back on your seat and close your eyes for a second for me. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Taking a deep breath in. And out. With the next breath in, I want you to bring about a money challenge that you are currently experiencing. It could be anything. Something that you want to do, you're not able to do. Something that you want to achieve. It's because of the money that you're not able to do it. Bring the image of that money challenge in your mind's eye. Bring that in. And just become very aware of any muscle tensions that are in your body. Your body and mind sensations, what's happening inside your body as you think of that challenge. Is it your shoulders that are getting strained? Is it your throat that is feeling stuck? Is it your heartbeat? Is it your palms? Where's the tension in your body? And as you understand that, slowly come out of it. Take a deep breath and release this. Come out. And I want you to pop it in the chat. What did you notice? What did you notice with this money challenge that you just had? What did you feel in your body? What did you feel inside your body? Where exactly did you feel that tension? There was a knot in your stomach. Beautiful. Tension in heart, fear in shoulders and heart, heavy chest. A bit of stiffness in shoulders. Shoulders are usually the most affected. You felt restricted, faster heartbeat, tensed upper body, and there was something in the gut. Beautiful. Love that. Love that awareness. Heaviness in shoulders and lumpy throat, stomach, back of the neck, solar plexus. Full face was tight and throat was stiff. Absolutely. I hear you 110%. Then there was sadness in face. You could feel something is in there in your mind. There was cold hands. Some people have like cold hands. Some people have sweaty palms. And tension on the shoulder, stiff throat, tension in heart, shoulders, heart and throat, beautiful irritation in your neck, heaviness on the crown. Would everyone agree that it was usually the upper part of the body? Give me a yes in the chat if that's true. It's the upper part of your body. And it's mostly the shoulder areas, this area. Why? Ooh, why is everyone doing something here? Why? It's the throat, it's the neck, sometimes it's the gut. Why? Because we take money issues as responsibility. It's like a burden on our shoulders. It's a lot of burden. Now, this is one thing, money, and we attach a lot of responsibility. See, we're learning associations right now. What is our relationship with money? Responsibility, right? We have to earn it responsibly. We don't have to do dodgy things, right? We have to spend it responsibly. We have to manage it responsibly. With the resources that we have, we manage our families responsibly. A lot of responsibility. And you wonder why your shoulders are stiff. You want to know what's causing the stiffness. You want to know that. You want to understand more about the relationship between you and the money. Now, everybody would agree, just give me a yes when I ask that question in the chat so I know you're with me, that when I said bring about a challenge that you have with money, you had an image in the mind. There were some words that were coming up for you. There were some feelings that were coming up for you. Everybody had an image. Give me a yes in the chat if everyone agrees. Everyone either had a feeling or an image of the challenge that you had with money. Now, I want you to write that challenge down just so that you don't forget it later. Whatever that challenge was, just write it. Just this is my challenge, right? Just write it so that you have it with you. And let's explore what's causing that challenge to us. Now, we all have what we call money stories or beliefs about money. We like it or we don't like it. You know, as we were growing up, the conversations that we've heard about money going around us, right? Going around us, what we've observed about money as we were growing up in the society, which society were we living into? What gender were you? All of it has played a role in your relationship with money. And you want to write that down because, like it or not, you've inherited your family's, your society's attitude towards money, and that is going to be our guiding stone. To take you to where you are at, to where you want to be, we first need to know where you are at. What do you really believe about money? These beliefs that you've learned in childhood, they've been passed down from generations to generations. And mind you or not, we pass it on to our children. So be very careful. If you don't know about your money beliefs, you're going to pass it on to your children, and they're going to live an unconscious life as well, just like you are. You know, the fun part about these beliefs is you don't know about them. You haven't identified them, right? But the fun part is they are responsible for your financial outcomes. How much money you have in your bank account depends on your beliefs about money and your relationship about money. You are taking financial decisions based on these beliefs. And if you're not clear about what your beliefs are and you don't learn to rewire them, guess what will happen? You will stay exactly where you are at. Now they creep in without our knowledge. We are taking decisions from them. And a couple of years back, I didn't realize I had those kind of blockages. I had no idea about money mindset. If you're hearing about money mindset the first time, give me in the chat. Give me in the chat if you have no idea about money mindset. You're like, I don't know where Ankita is going to take this. I have no idea. Okay, cool. I am with you guys. I had no idea about money mindset. I had no idea. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. For people who don't know me, I run an institute here in Australia. I'm an NLP trainer. I have a very beautiful, beloved community. And as I was growing up, I grew up in an upper middle class family. I'd never consciously faced money problems. I'd never faced money problems as I was growing up. So that was not a problem that I actually thought about. I went to the best of schools. I was living in a posh South Delhi locality. And the first time, the computers were introduced, my father said, "Do you want one?" And I said, "Yes." Mobiles, yes. So I consciously had it all. So it wasn't from the availability that I was creating my money mindset. So understand this. Please write this down and take notes from my story. It was not from the availability of resources that I was creating these money mindsets that I'm going to be talking about. So consciously, I never had challenges, right? And one day, and that's a story for another day, but one day I decided that I want to become a coach, right? So I did whatever the inner work I had to do, and I got onto this journey of becoming a parenting coach, and I continued to work through it, right? But I realized one day I was getting stuck in my business, and I could not go beyond a threshold. It was only a particular amount that I was able to bring in. No matter what I tried, even in my career as an employee, there was a certain amount that I was able to hit, nothing more than that. So there was a threshold. Now, as I am saying this, have you ever felt that there's a threshold, no matter how much you try, you're not going beyond that X amount? Give me a yes in the chat if that's true. Like there's a threshold you're meeting, and no matter what you do, you just create that X amount. And I'll tell you through my stories, because my stories are the most authentic to me, and then some of my clients and the people that I've taught. Yes, and there's a threshold, right? And this is the stage where, because I am very congruent and people who know me, they know me, this work that I'm going to be sharing with you, I had to do it multiple times. Yeah, I had to do it multiple. It wasn't just once I did it and I crossed that. So once I did it, I crossed that threshold. And then another threshold came. I did the work again. Then another threshold came. So write this down right now, because you would love me for it later and you'll remember it someday that you're sitting alone. Every level has a devil. Every level has a devil. So it's not like you've crossed one threshold. Yeah, you're gonna be all above the ceiling. There's another ceiling waiting for you. Let's be real. There's another ceiling waiting for you, right? So it's constant work. Okay, let's come back to my story. So as I sat down, and I started to do money work, an incident came in my mind when I was about 4 years old, right? 4 years old. And that was the time my father's business hadn't flourished the way it was, that I had seen it consciously, right? That I had seen it consciously. And I then remembered that We were staying in a rented property, and I think I've shared this experience before as well. I was in a rented property, and the landlord came to take like the monthly rental, the thing, right? And what happened there was that I don't know if it was there in your house or not or whatnot. My mother had some money saved, and she'd hidden the money in some box in the kitchen, you know. So the landlord came, and I remembered my mother saying to him that my father's not home, and if he can come after a week, she'll make sure the money is there. That landlord was quite a nutcase. And you know what he did? He didn't say anything to my mother, but there was a beautiful leather horse which was inside my house, a heeing leather horse, beautiful, pretty big. He picked that up and he took it away. After he went and my dad came that night, my mother spoke to my dad about it. And then my mother showed him the money that was hidden. So I saw that the first time. So you have to keep your money hidden, right? And And they decided that, they'll give the money to him and get the horse back. I love that horse. It never came back. But that was an incident that came to my mind. Now, these are the incidents that have happened in our life. It's not that we are aware of them consciously. By the way, I was not aware of this incident consciously. So I had to go back to my mother and check what happened. She said you cried a lot when he had taken the horse, which was really funny. Now, when we think about it, but that's what created some sort of money mindset in me. See, when we create these mindsets from the incidents that we've had as we were growing up, intensity of those events are very important. So, what I want you guys to do is, I want you to take a moment and I want you to think of all the things that have happened as you were growing up, the conversations that your parents had about money, right? Incidents that you starkly remember about money. See, we've all heard things like money is the root of all evils, money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees is I think every family's favorite, right? You have to work hard to earn money, right? That's a very common one as well. And also, only a few people become rich. I have heard in family feuds a lot many times when there are issues in families, the common thing that we hear about money is this person's after the money. That's one of the beliefs that come through, or it's because of the money this person has become like that. That person's egoistic because of this money. So we attach greed with money. So we don't want it unconsciously, even though we try our best. We don't want it. The other thing is, we know that a lot of people sacrifice personal happiness for making money. We've seen that. So, what I want you guys to do is write down any incidents that come to your mind as I was sharing mine or as I was sharing these incidents that could have crafted your money beliefs. Because we all have a money script, guys. We need to get that out on paper. So, let's write a little bit about money and you. I'm going to stop sharing and I'll see you all for this part. I'll give you 5 minutes, but I want you to think about it. What incidents come to your mind? I want all cameras up. You guys will not get this opportunity ever back again. These are small opportunities that come to your life to write about money. Everything that comes is important. The smallest thing is important. Every thought that comes in is important right now. Any belief that comes in, any stories that you've heard from your parents is important for the work that we are about to do. Let your mind go to the first few incidents that created these beliefs for you. Anything that you consciously or unconsciously remember. Any struggles that your family has had. What have you understood of those struggles? Any feelings that are coming? Everything is important. You want to know. Absolutely. Anything that is coming to your mind is crucial for you. It doesn't have to be early age. It's something that you remember, something that you don't remember, but you consciously, unconsciously operate from it. Anything that comes to your mind, just write that down. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to write that one thing in the chat that you were like, OMG, I never thought about this. Pop that in the chat for me. Pop that in the chat for me. You have to work hard for money. That's one of the things, definitely. And these are important. So I want you to come up with 3 core beliefs that you've written. That's very important for you to write. Give me that one big one that you saw, one big belief that you saw. Pop that in the chat. That came up for you. You're like, what's this? Oh my gosh. See, when you're working hard, and this is one of the most common beliefs that we hold, that we have to work hard to earn money. It's like you find yourself running, 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 and it's tiring, but you're still hitting that wall because you're working hard. You're working really hard. And I'll tell you as we go further and learn about money, these beliefs can be a lot of fun. Ooh, I have to be in job so I don't have to be dependent on money for anyone. Oh, I love this one. If you have this, this is amazing. I have to be in a job comes so much from certainty and the idea of security that our families have instilled. I will become lazy and stop working if I get money easily. My gosh. Okay. Beautiful. We don't have enough and we need more. I want you guys to read all the beliefs that are coming in the chat and see if something resonates with you. Because not every time would you know your beliefs consciously. We don't have enough and we need more. Who feels that? With a show of hand. Let's be honest. I told you guys this is an authentic place. We have to be honest. We don't have enough and we need more. A lot of hands are raising up, right? 110%. Very, very common belief. You always have this whole of sorts. And if you see that someone shared something that resonates with you, write that down. It's going to be interesting what I'm going to share next so that you know where you're operating from. So beautiful. This one's great. You can be rich if you save money. Oh, nobody has gotten rich by saving money. That's a good belief. A lot of people have that belief. We have this, you know, um, my mother has shown me saving money in the box in the kitchen. My father used to keep money underneath what's the mattress. I remember, right? And then that times bank accounts were not that, big that people would put all their money in online banking and stuff. So we had money at home. So there were like spots, where we would find money, save money here and there. I love that. People expect money from you to give them, but will not give it to you when you need it. That's a good one. That's a good belief about money. That I'm a very giving person. I help people, but when I need it, I don't get it back. Beautiful. I love that. We can't afford it. Oh, I love this belief. This is one of the most common ones again. I can't afford it. I can't afford this. Keep working till you can't anymore so that you're not dependent. Beautiful. Money is not for me. Oh my gosh, money is not for me. I am not capable of handling money. This is a big one, and I want you to see if this resonates with you. I am not capable of handling money. See this if resonates with you guys? And how do you see if it resonates with you or not? Can I just give you guys a little insight on it, right? Okay, so I'm just going a little bit off tangent, but just explaining to all the new people who are there and to people who've attended workshops before, just a reminder, how do you check if you you know it's your belief or not, right? Everyone with me, right? So I am not capable of handling money. What does it do to your body? If you take a deep breath and you're like, and your body sinks in, you're believing it. You're definitely shocked, but you're believing it right now. It's not making you feel good. If it doesn't do anything to you, that means it's not your belief, right? But if it's making you do something in your body, you take a deep breath after listening to that one. Hello, check in with your body. It'll tell you if it's your belief or not. I'll tell you what to do to remove it, but just to see something, it will create something in your body. Start becoming attuned to your body as we go further. I am not capable of handling money. That's a very big belief. I said it is also gender specific. A lot of men feel that they are capable of handling, and I'm not saying it is generic, but a lot of women feel they're not ready to handle money. And they'll give all their money problems to their partners to handle. Very common belief. And these are beliefs because we've grown up like that. Men feel typically responsible to take care of families, and that's why they have a lot of back issues. They have a lot of shoulder issues more than women. Women have gut issues, a lot of gut issues because of this, and anxious anxiety. They would have issues with throat because they're not able to speak what they want about money. They've never explored the idea about money. So it is gender specific as well. See what resonates with you. Be happy with what you have. Oh my gosh. Be happy with what you have. How many of you have heard about do you need this or do you want it? Do you need this or do you want it? Just with a show of hand. Have you heard this before? Do you need it or do you want it? It is so funny that we have been taught, okay, to find an intellectual reasoning, a logical reasoning of sorts to explain why we want something. Do you know how big a blocker it is to your abundance? This one, be happy with what you have. It's a very big blocker. This one, be happy with what you want. Every time trying to find, and in me wanting something is reason enough that I should be able to attract that kind of money. By the way, I just threw a gold bomb. If you were not writing it, I'm not going to repeat golden words. That's not going to happen in my training. Everybody knows it. Me wanting it is enough that I attract it. That's how certain you should be. I love this. I am responsible to provide money to all my family members, and that's the reason I have to be in my job and I cannot pursue my dream. Love that. Love that. You have to always save money for emergency. I am not smart to make money related decisions. Oh my gosh, this is big one as well. Be financially independent, never be dependent on your spouse. By the way, that's a big one as well. I don't want to be dependent or I want to be totally dependent. I never want to be dependent and I want to be totally dependent. See, relationships are all about partnerships. When you are thinking about security of me, what are you doing with that relationship? Are you living it at full potential? Is everyone seeing where I'm going with this? No. And if you're totally dependent, are you living the full potential of that relationship? Still, no. So, money teaches you a lot about your relationships with everybody as well. Oh my gosh, it's our karma, whatever we receive. Leave it to the universe. And I'm not going to do anything. I want to just sit, right? Not do anything. Love it. Save it for a rainy day. Fantastic. Saving money to keeping you secure. Yeah, security is a big one when it comes to money. Helping those that are less fortunate when you can. Beautiful. Felt a huge responsibility to support my family always. Worst feeling I got. Beautiful. Love that. Here's another one. Yes, absolutely. Whatever there is, we'll get that. People do maintain relationship based, oh my gosh, this is a big one as well. We maintain relationships based on financial status. We're going to talk about status just in a moment. And this happens, this is true. Like I said, prerequisite is being authentic. Being authentic, right? So ask yourself, do you maintain relationship based on financial status? You don't have to answer this question to me. Just ask yourself. This is not for me. Unconsciously, do you get attracted to the same status? And I bet you it's not a wrong thing or a right thing. Let's not go there, please. It's not right or wrong. Do we do that? Yes or no? We do that. Like it or not, we get attracted to similar income strata people. We do that. A little bit 80-20 here and there, but that's the game. Like attracts like. We do that, like it or not, right? Relationship would spoil money. Yes. We are an average middle class. Oh my gosh, this is so me. We are an average middle class, 110%. I buy that. I had to really break free from this middle class one. It creates a bit of insecurity in you. Yes, absolutely. That's a big one, which is put up. I only need enough money for my expenses. That's how we actually calculate our goals. I only need enough money that I require for my expenses. If you have this belief, please write this down. If you find that in your bank account, after you've made that X amount and the calculated saving amount, that's your threshold, this is the belief that is behind it. So you want to write it. Savings are included in my expenses in my head. So I'll make that. I'll keep my savings and I'll give you an example of that as we go ahead. Business is too risky. Stick to the regular salary job. I'll share my story about that. 110%. Finances and its organization can be managed by partners. Always have a buffer. 110%. I would probably say not same status, but same mindset. Yes. 110% like attracts like. Absolutely, absolutely. So everyone's got certain beliefs and they've listed down their beliefs. Give me a thumbs up. Everyone's done that. All right, so let's start putting these beliefs together. Now we've got a couple of beliefs. As a group, as a family, we've shared a lot of beliefs. And let's see what do we have to do with these beliefs and find our patterns. What are we doing in our current life, right? And let's look at some patterns of money and you and how they represent or what we do and the things that we're doing in our life. So I want you to look at these scripts that you've written and in your general day-to-day life, see what money scripts are you running. Okay, so I'm going to explain all of them to you. There are 4 money scripts that we have, which are money avoidance, money worship, money status, and money vigilance. And I'll explain each one of them. And after we do that, or while I'm explaining it to you and I'm giving you examples, see which one of it do you run in your day-to-day life. Yeah? So let's look at the first one, which is money avoidance. So some people avoid the idea of money altogether. They've never thought about it. They don't want to think about it. And the root really is they don't think they deserve money because they think money is kind of bad, right? And it's a source of fear for them. Anytime someone discusses money with them, say their partner is discussing money with them or a friend of them is discussing, they feel disgust about the whole idea, right? They only choose to spend on reasonable essential items. Or they will give their money just so that they have as little as possible. They don't want any more. The whole idea, the whole belief that we kind of shared that whatever I have is enough. That's cool. These kind of people constantly procrastinate on paying bills. They will pay bills literally at the last nook when it's day to pay the bill. Anytime there is like financial paperwork, they start to feel like, oh my gosh. They avoid financial discussions. And I know they have this amazing superstition going around with them in their mind. Let's not discuss finances. It's going to bring us bad omen. I know a lot of us are trained not to discuss our finances, not to talk about money. It's not an easy topic, by the way, discussing money, isn't it? With your family or friends. If I was to just pick up and I was going to share this with one of my clients, I asked, we are all coaches and we make money. I train them in business. And I'm like, how much money did you make this month? She said, never, nobody's asked me anything like that before. So I said, yeah, we have to start somewhere. It's funny, if I ask you, think about that. How much money do you make? Do you like that question? Do you get excited by that question? Uh-uh. Nah, that's not happening, right? We all trained like that. Feeling uncomfortable with the idea of money, that's avoidance, right? That's avoidance. Now, the second category is money worship. And I want you to go through your beliefs and see which category do you fall into. So money worship is where the belief is that money can solve all problems and it can bring happiness. There's this one person who's running after money all the time. It seems like this money is like a dangling carrot. Like there's always a goal. And the minute they go towards it, achieve it, there's another one. So they worship money. And this is the kind of relationship people have with money where there is compulsive hoarding of money, unreasonable risk taking, overspending, compulsive buying. They have destructive patterns as well. But there's always like a next goal, next goal, next goal. And in the pockets, there's never enough. But there's always a goal, right? There's always a goal. These kind of people tend to take debts. They take a lot of debts. right? And they're quite risk-taking. And they would buy things for emotional, to fill those emotional voids. Write that down. I know of a friend of mine, and I'll definitely share examples with you guys of my friends, people that I coach. Every time there is a fight in the house, she'll go and she'll buy something, right? Every time that happens, she'll go and she'll buy something, right? So understand, do you worship money like that? Then money can solve it. If there is an emotional problem, let me just go out and shop. This is a very common pattern. People go out to shop if they're not feeling good that day. It's common. So see if that's one of you, as you go further, right? And these people are, by the way, money worshippers are constantly checking their bank account. How much is there? Even though they've seen it, every 20 minutes they'd see it, right? They'd see it. Even when they have financial stability, by the way, people who worship money would have some sort of financial stability. Even if they have financial stability, they would still want more. It's like a wanting more, like it's like a void that doesn't get filled, right? The people who have money status patterns, they have a belief that money confers to the idea of status, right? They see clear distinction between socioeconomic classes. They have a sense of self-worth that is linked to net worth. Please write this down. They have a sense of net a self-worth that is linked to net worth. How many houses they have, how much cars do they have? Do they send their kids to certain X school or not? So there is certain self-worth attached to the idea of clothes, bags, materialistic things that they have. And these are people who would equate success with money. You are not successful if you haven't made the money. This was the first belief that I had to break for myself. In fact, my journey quite started with explaining people this particular topic. For people who are not working right now, in the group, you don't have to answer this, but you just have to take it in for yourself. And when I was asked this question the first time, honestly, it was like, what the hell, right? And I was asked this question, what's your worth? I want everybody to answer this question. Doesn't matter you're working or not, but just write this question and feel it in your body. What's your worth? And I can bet you you can't answer this question if you haven't done a lot of personal development work on yourself. It's so hard to answer this question. What's your worth? Because all we know, our worth is connected to what we have, to the success that we have created through our homes, through sending our children to XYZ schools, to the properties that we have, the cars that we have, everything, the holidays that we take. What's your worth? This is one of the first questions that came in my life a couple of years back when I started to think about, okay, what's my worth? I mean, I have a job, but is that my worth? Okay, I make money, but is that my worth? Like, what's my worth? Where am I at? This was a very good question someone asked me. So money status, definitely. Now, these kind of people, money status kind of people would lease stuff, expensive cars, designer clothes, they'd spend lavishly on some vacations, but it's from the purpose of showing off. to people. They're constantly comparing incomes. These ones, I tell you, money status, they compare my income, your income to gauge who is more successful. So if you're finding yourself in that, please write that down. Okay. Money vigilance. Let's come to the last one. These are the people, like my mother, very vigilant about money, very watchful, right? They want to save, 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 save. My father told her that time, why didn't you give it to him? You had it hidden in the kitchen. Why didn't you just give it to him? Just could have given it, right? But she was very vigilant, right? Very watchful, always concerned, always trying to save for the rainy days, right? And it makes you anxious about money. You are always thinking about what is going to happen if I don't, right? You're always limited by the lack of not having, right? These kind of people don't spend at leisure activities. There's nothing like self-care happening. There's no leisure. There's this holiday like once in a like blue moon kind of holidays because it's going to impact their savings. So savings are very dear for them. Future, always future. Vigilance, always future. They're thinking about how can I save for future? What will go wrong? My husband was highly in this one. Always thinking what will happen if it is not. What if it is going to be there when you get there, right? Calculated risks, very calculated risks. Now I want you to take a moment, go back to the the beliefs that you'd written, right? Look at this and then tell me which particular pattern are you following in your life right now? What money script are you running? Check that for yourself. Pop that in the chat. You can do multiple. Yeah, that's fine. There could be some beliefs from everywhere. It's important for us to link it and ask, okay, which one am I more in? Which one is less? Money status, money vigilance. Beautiful. Money vigilance. Money vigilance, rest partially. Money avoidance, the first one, and little of three up. See which one is your highest, right? Where are you like mostly? Pay attention to that. What beliefs come from that? Beautiful. Money avoidance, money vigilance, money worship and status. Ooh, it's hard to say all of this, isn't it? That we run these patterns. Who's been able to answer that question? What's my worth? Hard one, isn't it? It's a hard nut to crack this question. Oh, I love this. Great awareness. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Now, as we know a little bit more, see, these are gonna, like I said, there's always levels to this. It's money story is not ending, right? There's a lot to explore when it comes to money. Now, with this awareness, as you go ahead, right, in your regular life, see which patterns are you running. Don't stop here. Don't just, store this training today. That's why we're going together for 21 days. I'll tell you what we do. But whatever beliefs come, whatever actions you take, whatever behavior you have towards money, bring awareness of that. Everyone promise me that? Give me a yes in the chat if you guys promise this, because this is my life's work. I love people understanding, becoming aware of their patterns, their behaviors, what actions are they taking and where are they taking it from. That is very important for you to know. You're running life unconsciously and you're calling it fate. Don't do that. Become aware. Beautiful. I've got a lot of yeses. Got a lot of yeses. Love that. Now, let's talk a little bit more about money and where it all began. So let's go and understand money itself. Now we've got a little bit of an understanding of our relationship with money, but let's look at money, right? Where it all began, and have a deeper understanding of this beautiful thing that we want to have in our life. We want to have it, but we don't know where is it coming from? Where did it actually started from? So where it all began. Now, the history of money is very fascinating, by the way, right? Because the journey of money introduction started with what we call barter systems, right? So there were goods and services that were traded directly, making exchanges. So if somebody had, a farmer had, you know, um, some wheat, he would go to a shoemaker and say, "Hey, I've got some wheat, and I want a shoe. You can keep the wheat, I will get the shoe." Right? That's barter system. We've heard about that. Yeah. Now we've all heard about that. But these agreements were not always fair. While it seems straightforward, I want something and you want something. What if, the shoemaker did not want the wheat, but the guy with the wheat, the farmer with the wheat wanted the shoe? What would happen in that case? So a barter system would only work for need to need. Now, there was another problem with this, by the way, right? Now, shoemaker had a shoe that he was giving. It was literally tangible, right? And you could keep that shoe for, like, say, 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, and it would not go, wasted, right? But what about wheat? You could consume it and it was perishable. So how do you value wheat versus shoe? And what was the value of it? So there were multiple problems with barter system, right? And understanding, because it was a real challenge at that time, because understanding the relative value of the item was difficult. How would you value the item based on barter, right? Now, this created a lot of imbalance in the society itself. And one party would always feel that they are getting much less than the other party, right? And they wanted to make things fair for everybody. So they introduced money. So they introduced money, right? And with more larger, diverse communities coming together, it was very impractical, right? So you are carrying, say, for example, there is a place where they're all farmers. Now imagine how many people would carry their stuff to the farmers to exchange. If they're coming from far away, they'll be carrying all their stuff just to barter it. What if they could carry something with them which had exact value so that they could buy stuff? Imagine carrying your cow with you just to buy apples. That's funny, right? Right? You're carrying stuff. So they kind of started to think about it and said, okay, fine, like what can we do? So money was born then. Okay, money was born. And money served then as a medium of exchange. So this is your first step towards understanding money. Write this down. Money is medium of exchange. Okay, you do something for me, I will give you money. I owe you for that. So it's a medium of exchange. And also, you want to write this down. Money is store of value. Money is store of value. Write this down and I'll explain it to you. Now, what a store of value means. Now, say for example, if one person had shoe or one person could create tents, they are going to be there for a longer period of time. Perishables like apples and tomatoes were perishables and they would perish, right? So they cannot be sustained for a longer period of time. So what they did was things that were there for a longer period of time, bigger, had more, require more skill, right? They became a store of value. So people could store more value based on the goods and services they sold. So they could hold more money than someone growing a tomato. because tomatoes are seasonal, isn't it? But a person who makes a shoe can sell the shoe anytime, isn't it? So they also are a store of value. The more value you have, the more money you can store. Please write this down. The more value that you have, the more money you can store. Two very important things. It's a medium of exchange and a store of values. The more value you have, the more money you can save, you can store with you, it'll stay with you. So in a sense, right? In a sense, it is funny that how do we determine the value of that product that we are about to sell? How do you determine the value? Because it's very subjective. Say, for example, if I need tomatoes right now, I need apple, I need fruits because my children haven't had a meal in days. Do you think the value of it is going to be higher than buying a shoe? Just think about it for a second. It is going to be. So, who determines the value? It's very subjective, guys. And therefore, I want you to write that down. Money, in a sense, is illusion. Because the value of money is determined by the value we place on it. Money doesn't have its own value. It's the value we place on it. And I said to you, the more value I have, the more I can store. The question is, what's your worth? How much value can you provide? Do you value yourself? Those are the questions that we will explore. So in a sense, money was just an illusion. Now, when they started to go and say, okay, fine, let's create money, the first thing that got created was coins, right? We all know that there was coins like from thousands of years. Now imagine holding so many coins together and going from one place to the other as a tool of trade, right? But then international travel started, right? International travel started. And you had to carry so much to other places if you wanted to buy something. So they decided they would create what we have today, the paper money. Now, paper money is usually called what? It's different states have different countries have different what? Currency, isn't it? They're called currency, notes, dollar bills, right? Funnily enough, the word currency came from a Greek word called flow. So write that down. Currency means flow. It's flowing from one person to the other, one country to the other, based on the exchange of goods. It's a constant flow of energy. So money is all about value of exchange and the flow that there is. It simply means the more value you provide, the more flow of money there will be. And this flow is not just about money. So I'm not only just talking about money. It's the idea of abundance, opportunities, and the connections that you make. I'm going to say something to you guys and I want you to write it word to word. Money is a reflection, your money is a reflection of the value you are offering to the world. And you want to take this in for a moment, highlight it, underline it. The value, the money that you have, your money, is a reflection of the value that you're offering to the world. Whether it's through your skills, through the opportunities that you are creating, through the knowledge, the services that you are providing, the products that you're selling, whatever value that you are giving to the world, based on that, there is a flow of energy back, right? Flow of money back. Now, listen to me carefully for a second. Think of it like this, right? Let's take any big name, whatever big name comes to your mind, some business mogul, take it, whatever comes to your mind. And I know most of you will be thinking about Elon Musk. But think for a second, what is the value that they provide? And look at the scale of it. Okay, look at the scale of it. It's through the value that they're retaining wealth. Now, think of it like that. So, everyone has a circle of influence. Each one of you has one. Okay, each one of you has a circle of influence. There are people that you influence. And I want you to look at that circle of influence for a second and think about how many people roughly are there in that circle of influence. Give me like the number that comes to your mind. Give it to me. Let's just play. Just think about it. How many people do you influence? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Just give me a number that comes to your mind. How many people do you influence in your work, in your careers, in the place that you are at? 20 to 25, 50 to 60. Influencers are called influencers for a reason. They influence a lot of people, isn't it? Think of it like that. Around 150. Give me a number. Think about that. It could be just your family that you influence. That's okay as well. 10, 20, 10 to 30. Beautiful. So you guys are getting a gist of it. Gursharan, yeah, 20 to 25 people, your family, your friends, just beyond that, if you're working in a career, people in your teams, etc. Dada. Now think about the expansion of influence, the circle of influence of Elon Musk. How many lives do you think he influences with his business? You can love or hate Donald Trump, right? We're not going to go into that debate, but think of a circle of influence for a second. So the first thing really that we need to do is expand our circle of influence. How can we help more people? How can we generate more value? How can we create that income? Income's not just going to come to you if you're not going to deserve it. Most people think, right? Why is it not coming to me? It's through value that you will retain wealth. The value of what you will give to the world and the value of who you are. They both have to match. I'm telling you, Elon Musk is never going to say, oh my gosh, I don't deserve it. I'm not worth it. I mean, he's worked hell lot on his money mindset, I can tell you. The value of who you are and the value of what you can give, both together. Because most people think, as we can see already, that we don't deserve that kind of wealth. We've got these blockers and we live in our smallness. We don't think beyond a certain set. I always say this, anytime you want to go to the next level, find a model. Of course, I teach NLP, so I talk about modeling quite a bit. Look at a model and say, okay, I want to be like them. And can I give you a hint? Don't think of Elon Musk in that because he's many logical levels over us. Think of somebody who's 2 steps ahead of you and then start to model them, understand their beliefs, understand their values. That's the way to go beyond, right? And if you have that beliefs of smallness that you have identified, it is going to block us. And many of you in my community are either coaches or they are healers or they are aspiring to be one, or they are people who want to help people, right? You are in a position to offer immense value. If you have a business, you can offer immense value. If you have a service-based career, you can offer people. But here's a paradox, right? Many people would struggle to accumulate wealth while others will receive it effortlessly. You will see, by the way, you will have, how many of us have had this belief? No one said that this belief to me till now, but let me just say it out loud so you guys can check if you guys have it, right? The belief is I am the only one who doesn't earn as much. XYZ, such a bad guy, but he still's got money. This person is such a bad XYZ according to your ethos and your values, but they still have money, right? We all have those people. We all have those people in our life, right? And there's a lot of research that is there. You know, people who'd run who'd win lottery, right? There's a lot of money that they'll get for just buying a ticket. You know what happens with those people? They declare bankruptcy in 3 to 5 years, which is really funny. You should go and read those research. So people who get lottery tickets, people who earn money in gambling. And it's not because they have tried to earn it through, gambling is why they have, not held the money with them. It's because of who they are inside and what they've received is not matching. There are only few people who will make it to that top 1% of the earners, right? We know there are so many business moguls, there are film stars, there are elite athletes, right, who earn incredible amount of money, but the news comes that they've committed suicide, they're in depression, they have a lot of money, so it has nothing, these two don't match. Earning money doesn't make you successful, right? The problem is not to earn money. The problem is also to manage it. It's a twofold process, to earn and to manage. If you have earned even $100 and you are not managing that money, the money will not stay with you. Please write that down. These people know their secret. Even if they have 100 rupees, $100, they know what to do with it and they are managing it. It's not the money managing them, they are managing the money. They know that they are in the mind where they want to be. They have this money mindset. They are aware of their beliefs. And in my world of money abundance, I teach about money being an energetic frequency. It is not a tangible resource. And it is the flow of energy that we are working with that will respond to your beliefs, that your thoughts and your actions, right? It's the flow of that energy. Now, I want you to look at this idea of money as an energetic frequency. Money as an energetic frequency. Now, money at its core is not just a physical object or a bank account balance that you see. We discussed that money has value. You determine it true based on what you believe in. Think of it like soil, right? How we have soil. Like soil has no value. If it is given to an efficient farmer, the farmer will grow amazing things. But if you keep it there, don't do anything, nothing's going to grow out of it. It doesn't have flow then. It doesn't have movement, right? Now, money is like vibration. It's an energy that flows from one person to the other based on the value they've provided. That's all you need to remember. The more value you provide, the more your beliefs are attuned, your thoughts, your frequency is attuned, the money will flow in. Now I know so many people, and I know this from personal experience as well. When there is a little bill in the um, in the mail, it says, "Oh my gosh, electricity bill." And I know for years and I brought awareness to my husband when I started to do some money work. Every Tuesday, my husband's mood was off, and I was wondering why. Mortgage was getting deducted from the bank account, right? We have this. Bill comes, oh my gosh, I have to pay another bill. Oh, you use the services, haven't you? You've used those services. Now think about it. It's very hard to say, oh my gosh, great, I've got some money bills. I am grateful for these bills that I have. Can I give you a fun fact about money? The frequency of money is equal to frequency of the word gratitude. Thank you. I have used your services. Thank you is the way you do give money back. If you've used electricity, how do you say thank you to them for using that electricity? Is through paying that bill. Now imagine if I have a training, right? You guys love my training? Give me a yes in the chat. You guys all love my trainings, right? You love it. You love it so much. You've done a training with me. How would you come and say thank you to me? What would you do for me energetically? You'd pay for the trainings, and I will say thank you, received with gratitude. Has anyone got that message from me? Every time you'd pay, I'd say thank you, received with gratitude. Because you're paying for what I have delivered for my service. It's what I value myself as. You're paying for my value. So what's your worth? Ooh, that question creeping again. What's your worth? Right? What's your worth? If you tell me my trainings are expensive, I will say yes, because that's my worth. I love my trainings. And I know you would love it too, right? So money is neutral. It's what we make of ourselves. See, money doesn't have an agenda. It doesn't possess any moral value or intent. Money has no moral value or intent. Whatever you are, it'll become that. Whatever you are, money will become that. Write that down. Whatever you are, money will become that. Think of it like this, right? And this, I'm just pre-framing it. It's not a dig on anybody, but this is just for explanation. Think of an average salary earner and think of an entrepreneur. Both interact with money. There's an interaction going on. So just for the purpose of explaining, let me explain it to you. For an average salary earner, the way they look at money is often something that is earned through hard work. You're putting from 9 to 5, sometimes even longer. 9 to 5 is only for saying you put 9 to 8, 9 to 8, right? And you work very hard, and it's limited by external resources, fixed income. If the job market condition is poor, you don't have an income, right? And this creates a cycle of scarcity. And on the other hand, there's an entrepreneur, right? Now, what do entrepreneurs see money as? They see it as a tool, a resource to create value, to solve problem. You give me a problem, I will solve your problem, and I will get paid for that because I'm providing value back to you. So entrepreneurs see money as byproduct of solving problems. That's a very big mindset difference, and you want to write that down. If you can see money as byproduct of solving a problem in the market, you will be able to create abundance easily. And this is not to say that all of you should quit your jobs tomorrow. This is a disclaimer. Okay, don't quit your jobs tomorrow. There's a plan of action that has to be put in place. Because I know I left my stable 9 to 5 job. Mine was really 9 to 6, however, and but I planned the exit. It's not that I left the job in one day. I never would ask you to do that. It's just not cool. After 3 years of parallelly working as a parenting coach, I left my job 2 years back, and I was earning 80,000 there constantly. No problems, right? And I knew I was meant for more, but the job would only base me on what I know and what's my capability, and they would decide for me how much am I capable, isn't it? But I know that I was meant for more. And my threshold reached, and I resigned. Least to say, I had gone from a mindset of, oh, I know this much amount is coming, to not knowing where the next dollars are coming in from. I did not know that. So I went from certainty, okay, X amount plus my business, from not knowing where my next client is going to come from, not knowing what am I going to do next, and a lot of uncertainty hit me. Thankfully, I had already done a lot of money work, but it did hit what we call deservability. Do I deserve more? It hit it really hard. I read every book possible and I started to understand finances. And I want you to write down, you need to understand finances. You need to take money head on, become friends with it. Hey, if I want to invite you to my home, I have to be friends with you. I want to know about my money. I want to know where I was investing it, what's going on. Every dollar I'd spent, I know where I'd spent it. I keep a very strict tab on my expenses. I know exactly how much uh, everybody, what are my, expenses in my business? How much do I need for mortgage? I know everybody now. I educated myself. It took me a long time to do that. I made friends with money. And as I deepened my study in quantum physics, I realized I live a life of multiple possibilities, and so do you. So please write this down. I live a life of multiple possibilities. You want to write this down. I live a life of multiple possibilities. Say yes to that first. Give me a yes in the chat and let's stamp this particular belief. I live a life of multiple possibilities. Give me a yes in the chat. That is so true because everything is possible in this world. It's a possibility. It is possible that I have a penthouse next to the beach. It is possible that I train 10,000 people. It is possible that I take 5 to 6 international holidays a year. Everything is possible. It is a possibility. I live in a world of possibility. Somewhere in the quantum field, that possibility is there. I just need to tune myself, my identity, and take a quantum jump. I need to just understand one thing. What do I have to do to make this possibility a reality? Write this down. That's the only question you need. What do I have to do to make this possibility, which is available somewhere, to make it a reality? See, I wasn't fully buying the idea of manifestation, okay? Some of you just did my advanced manifestation course. But before that, I was not buying the idea of manifestation because my work was deeply rooted in mindset. So before teaching you guys, I made sure 2 years I practice it fully and completely to be absolutely congruent. And with the idea of manifestation and my studies as NLP trainer, I started to add the experience that I had, deeply understand how we create our own reality, and I started to put together an ideal life. Because I know money will only treat me the way I treat myself. Please write this down. Money will only treat you the way you treat yourself. A belief about yourself will always precede manifestation. Write this down. A belief would always precede manifestation. You must believe before you start the manifestation process. And that's where the problem with manifestation was. Not just sit and say, okay, right, true. No, doesn't work like that. Saying affirmations day in, day out. You must believe before you start the manifestation process. Your beliefs are going to be your guiding light. If you don't believe you deserve it, you will not receive it. Simple. And the question then came, how do I expand my deservability? Right? If I don't deserve it, okay, I know that there are beliefs, there are limiting beliefs that I have. Of course, I will continue to work on them. But what do I do in interim? I want that money with no logical reason. I want to expand my consciousness. Period. So, what do I do in interim? How do I expand this vessel that I am? See, money needs to flow through me to come to me. So, how do I expand my vessel? See, so many of you, when we were talking and doing that activity about how does money, the word money challenge feels in your body, some of you said it's like we're shrinking. It's closed, isn't it? If there is only this much space, only this much money will come. If I am sitting with a glass, then I can only hold as much water as this glass. If I am sitting with a bucket, I will be able to hold a bucket. There's no rocket science in it. So, am I big enough to hold the money that I'm thinking that I want? That's the question. Now, when I started working on this, I realized that I want to work on how do I expand my deservability? That was the main question, right? So, I closely looked at the idea of manifestation. And I clearly noticed there are three simple steps. It's very simple. The idea of manifestation is the simplest thing on earth. Not easy, but simple. The first step of manifestation is having clarity of what you want. That's the first step. Yeah, you should be absolutely crystal clear about what you want. So the question is, though, how do I know what I want? Yeah. Now, I have not tasted, tried everything in the world. So, how am I supposed to know what I want? That was the first problem with clarity I faced. And I am the kind of person who would go into complete avoidance about money. I don't like discussing money, right? This is the person that I was. I'm happy with what I have. I remember clearly 2.5 years back when my brother was coming here, it was my anniversary, and he asked me this question. And I had done a lot of work on money that time, by the way. He asked me this question and he asked me and he said, I'm coming over. Your anniversary is theirs. What do you want? I said, nothing. I have everything that I want. He says, what bullshit? You have everything? I said, well, that's not true, but I don't want anything from you. He said, but I want to gift you. Why are you stopping it? I'm telling you, I want to give you something. That's exactly what happens in universe. I want to give you, but you're not taking anything because you're like, I have everything. I don't want anything. See how your patterns are blocking this beautiful energy to come in. He said, are you crazy? He said, if you don't want anything, how will I give you something? You know, one of my friends who had a pattern of money status, you know, she had everything because every time she would get upset, every time she would have a fight, she would go and buy something. Like I shared that with you, isn't it? So she didn't want anything because she had everything. So that was her cycle. Everybody has a different cycle. Identify yours, right? And then I gave you an example of one of my coaches, and that coach had a money vigilant ideology. When I asked her, you know, how many clients have you coached this month? How much money have you made? And she said, I'm sorry, but nobody's ever asked me this question. That's triggered me. I'm like, okay, but somebody's going to trigger you. I'm going to be that friend, right? These all came from non-deservability. So it was very difficult to become clear. See, we have a monkey mind. One day I will think of one goal, the other day I will think of one goal. Yeah, because I don't know what I want. The second step of manifestation is act as if you already have it. Act as if you already have it. This is where the biggest BS happens. My mind calls it off. I am a very logical thinker, right? And I'm like, how am I supposed to act as if? Hello? If I don't have $500,000, how am I supposed to act as if? Okay, now I have clarity. Okay, breathe. Ankita, you want $10,000 a month. I have clarity. but I don't believe I can make it. Do I really want that much? What will I do with that 10,000? What will I do? I have paid for my mortgage. I've taken a holiday. My kids are going to the good school. What will I do with more money? Yeah. So, how do I act as if acting is not my forte anyway, right? I can't act very well. So, how am I supposed to act as if? So, I remember, I have to tell you this, when I left my job, I was very motivated. And everybody needs to listen to this one because this will open up a lot of things for you. I haven't shared this ever because perhaps I had to go in hindsight to think about what happened. When I left my job and I said, okay, now I'm leaving my job and I'm going to run my business full time. I'm going to open the institute. There are going to be trainings. I had a plan. I just didn't leave my job just like that. I had a plan. I was very motivated. I knew these principles that I have taught you today. I sat down to create a goal and I said, I'm going to earn $200,000, $200,000. And this is what my first year goal is. I know I can make it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. Now I'm looking at that and very motivated, energetic. And then I heard my husband talking to my father-in-law, and in the right spirit, my father-in-law says, how is Ankita's business going? And my husband said, it's going very well. She's doing very well. And so my father-in-law said, is she doing well money-wise? She's left her job and everything. And my husband said that even if she earns half, this is just the starting of my business, even if she earns half of what she was earning at her corporate job, it's absolutely fine. It's just her first year. Now listen to what happened after that. How much was half of what I earned? I earned 80,000. So the half is $40,000. Do you know what happened? I hit 40,000 and my Facebook got hacked and I lost my entire business. I created that reality for me. That's the power of suggestions, especially from people that you deeply love. Now, I didn't know this consciously. I had to go back in hindsight to kind of identify what happened. You create your reality. The minute he said it, see, my guard's down with my husband. I love him, right? And the minute he said it, it was fun. It wasn't like he was saying that she's not going to make more. But because of the power of suggestibility, I took that suggestion and I made it real. So be very careful while you're doing the 21-day work of the suggestions around you. The minute you hear a suggestion, this is what I do now, that is not yours, that is not aligning to you. What do you say? Cancel, cancel, it's not mine. What do you say? Cancel, cancel, it's not mine. Cancel, cancel, it's not mine. Cancel, cancel, it's not mine. Thank you very much. Go back to the sender. Thank you very much. Go back to the sender. Cancel, cancel, it's not mine. Thank you very much. Go back to the sender. Of course, you don't have to say it out loud. You can say it in your head, otherwise, you'll offend a lot of people. But if it's not yours, don't keep it. You already have a lot of beliefs that are not yours. Create your own beliefs. I live in abundance. I choose what I want. I value myself. I know how much I'm worth. I know how much I deserve. That's all me. You can create your own. I knew I had to rise above, right? I knew I had to rise above this because I'm not going to hold myself there. I knew all of this work. So I sat down. I asked myself exactly this question: how do I expand my vessel? And I gave myself a challenge, and that's the challenge that I will be sharing with you. Okay. Now I attracted with this challenge, with this ideology that I'm going to be sharing with you, and you will do it for 21 days. I attracted everything I put on paper and not. So I'm telling you it works. Okay. Now, this is not really to boast, but this is just to be grateful. Since I've left my job last year, of course, I have a beautiful family, great relationship. My children are absolutely amazing. They go to the best schools, they've got the scholarships. I bought an investment property straight after that. I've got this beautiful community of students offline and online. I've got multiple trips undercover. Thailand, I've just been to US this year. I had that trip, all expenses paid by me. Absolutely loved it. And I loved doing so because my husband obviously has been paying for everything all these years, but when you are able to do it, you feel great, right? I manifested this beautiful car that I drive right now, all paid by me, and I paid it in full, by the way. I am very proud of that. That's one thing I'm very, very proud of that. And what all I have manifested, I mean, I can't put everything in here, but there's one thing that I really, really want to speak about is manifesting my beautiful team. They are the most amazing people that you can work with, Shashi and Anshika. Absolutely amazing. Very helpful, full of heart. They don't do this business because they have an employee mindset. No, that's not where they are at. They have abundance mindset. We all put in, chip in things together. We all have ideas. We all support each other. We work together. And most of all, what I manifested and I'm very, very proud of is a healthier, happier me, an open channel to abundance and prosperity. And I want to invite you to do the same in this 21 days. Now, I'm going to be sharing what this 21-day challenge is all about. But before I do that, I want you to write down 3 beliefs. I've given you multiple. I've given you multiple beliefs in between. I want you to write 3 beliefs that you're going to be operating from in the next 21 days. And hell yeah, this is what you are living from now. 3 beliefs that you will choose for yourself. Forget about whatever you limiting beliefs you have. What are the 3 beliefs that you will choose? I want those. 3 beliefs that you will choose to create abundance. Write them down. Send them to me right now. This is where the change will happen. You've got 30 seconds. Money loves movement. Write it quickly. Money loves abundance. Create that for you in these 3 lines. Three beautiful lines. That's all I need from you. That's going to be your guiding light. See, your beliefs are your guiding lights. What are your guiding lights through this 21-day process? Whatever you have written, the limiting beliefs, flip that. Rewrite your script. I am abundant. I have enough and universe supports me. Someone sending me a direct message. I think that's accidental. In what I have, I create abundance from the body I already have. I don't need to be this. I don't need to be that to create abundance. I am creating abundance right now. That's what I want. Everything is possible with what I want and what I have. The skills that I have can create money. I am ready. Give me those 3 in the chat. At least write 1 in the chat for now and write your 3 as I explain you the challenge. Give me that 1 in the chat. I love money and money loves me. There's more than enough money to go around. I'm abundant. I'm grateful. See, we have so much money in the universe. It's just that you don't have it, right? How do you open your tap so that the money starts to flow in? That's important. How do you open your tap? See, there's lots of money up there. So much. I have financial freedom. I have enough. I attract money effortlessly. I love money and money loves me. Money is helpful. Earning money is fun and play. Make that one yours. Can you do that for me? Earning money is fun and play. That's going to be our, a prerequisite. I love abundance. I love more. Give me more, right? Give me more. I need more. I want more. And I am not going to give you an intellectual reasoning for why I want it. Write this down as well. I want it and I want it. Period. I am not giving you explanation. I know every time I want to buy something, my husband's like, "Do you need it?" Oh, yes. I want it and I'm not telling you why I want it. I just want it and that's enough. I want it and it's enough. Having that certainty inside of you that it's enough if you want it. I am blessed with abundance. Beautiful. And I want you to fire them up, right? Fire these up. I attract more money energetically. I am money. Make that yours as well. I am money. Money is flowing in from all directions. I have multiple resources of money. And you'll be surprised while doing this challenge, you will see abundance from everywhere. I want you to keep a tab of it. Let me explain you this amazing challenge that I'm opening up for you. So 21 days is going to be a lot of fun. So I want you to take notes, right? 21 days, 21-day money mindset challenge. How is this challenge going to work? Of course, you're going to have these prerequisites. Have fun and write this down right now. I choose to believe. Okay, I choose to believe because we are going to be doing many things that you've not done before. You've not looked at and be like, "Oh my gosh, can I do this?" Yes, I choose to believe I can, right? You are going to receive this. This would ask you to have 15 minutes in a day. Everyone has 15 minutes in a day. Give me 15. Not more than 15. Give me 15. Yes. Everyone has 15 minutes in a day. Put 15 in the chat if you have 15 minutes in a day. Come on. 15. Put 15 minutes in the chat. 15, 15, 15. Yes, absolutely. You have 15 minutes in the day, right? This is the place where you will see. I told you there's a problem with the manifestation process, right? We don't have clarity and we don't know how to act as if. This is going to solve both the problems. This is going to give you clarity by the end to what really do you want, right? And how can you act as if, right? Instructions are very clear. Every day you will receive a message in the WhatsApp community group. You will receive a message in the WhatsApp community group. Yeah, that message will have instructions. We are going to open up what we call an energetic bank account for you. Now, what is an energetic bank account? So each of you have energy, right? And ultimately, what do we want to do? We want to expand that vessel. How do we expand that vessel? Slowly we'll expand it, right? Slowly we'll start to expand. We'll slowly try to play this game, which we are going to have a lot of fun in. So each day we will deposit energetic money into your bank account. So first day you will receive, maybe say, we'll decide what we want to give you. Maybe say you will receive $100 bill. Now you're going to write down, and the instructions will be there as well. You're going to write down what all will you buy from that $100. Okay? What all will you buy from that $100? Now this seems very simple, but remember the amount is going to go up every day. Now there are certain rules. Okay? So rule number 1, write this down. Rule number 1, you cannot buy anything for anyone else. That's going to be hard for you, I'm telling you that. You can't buy anything for anyone else, which means you cannot pay your kid's school fee because that's someone else. You only have to use $100 for yourself. The second rule is you cannot pay off debts or mortgages. You cannot pay off debts or mortgages. What does that mean? I'm going to put $50 in my mortgage. No, I'm going to pay off that debt. No, you can't do that. You can buy holiday packages, which involves family, that you can do, but you have to be a part of that experience. So you can buy an experience, but you have to be a part of that experience. You solely can't just pay off for one thing. Okay? Third rule, this cannot be used for basic amenities. You're going to hate me for this now. So you are not buying bread, eggs, milk with this money. Okay? No basic amenities. So these are only the three rules. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, I told you I'm calling this a challenge for a reason. It's going to be very challenging. You will meet your resistance. You will meet your devil. You will have that amount. You'll be like, what am I supposed to do? I've bought everything. Gosh, what am I supposed to do with this money? And that's where the threshold will be crossed. Everyone's ready to cross their thresholds. It's fun. You're going to choose every day to believe that money is yours. It's a choice that you're going to make. Of course, there'll be some cool insights. Remember, there is no intellectual reasoning for why you want something. Whatever you want is yours. That's the game. Let's see how well you play it. I can already sense resistance in the room. It's like, what the hell? Are we ready to play this? Put play in the chat. It's a simple game. Let's put play in the chat. All these beautiful things that you've just written, it's time to put it in action. I'm not saying you have to be clear. I'm just saying play this game. Let's have fun. Let's see what happens after 21 days. Yeah? Now, there are many ways of doing this. See, you can journal it. Yeah? You can journal it. But I want you to be more creative. We live in the world of internet. I want you to find pictures of what you're buying and post it in your message. Make a collage on Canva. I'm buying this today, this today, this today, this today. Click a picture of it. Write down what you've bought, how much you've bought it for. So say, for example, let's take an example of $100 bill. Yeah? $50 I have spent on getting my nails done, for example. Right? $50 I've spent on that. $10 I've spent because I've bought a jacket for myself, or jacket doesn't come in $10, whatever. So write down every dollar spent. Every dollar spent. And another rule is money cannot be wasted. If you do not spend it, it's gone. There is no saving happening, by the way. So if out of $100 you've only been able to spend 98, $2 is gone. Thin air is dissolved. Okay? So if you haven't spent it, it's not yours. Now get ready to meet your resistance, right? And write down anything that comes to your mind. See, take it as a journey, right? Have fun with this. Take it as a journey. See what comes up. Journal on what is coming up. What's that interesting thing that is coming up for me? I want to know that. Okay. This is a belief which has come up. This is a great way of exploring who you are and what's your relationship with money and how you can expand that vessel. Can everyone see with the knowledge that we've had that doing this activity for 21 days is going to blow up your vessel? We're going to go from as small as $100 to go really, really up by 21 days. Let's see what all you can buy with that. You'll have to do research by the end, by the way, how much a yacht costs, how much a penthouse next to that beach costs. Do that research. Have fun. Put a picture of that. So we are creating a vision board as we go. If you are one of my really excited students, start putting up a vision board, start putting up a Google Doc and start pasting those pictures in. Make a reference for yourself. This is an activity for you. If you are 100% in, give me 100 in the chat so I know you're 100% in. Because I only want people who are 100% in. 100% in. Okay. So if you have beliefs that you are on a single income, if you have beliefs that, my gosh, write them down. This is energetic bank account. I don't earn. I am a housewife. I don't know what to do with this money. Come up with a solution. Come up with a solution. That's the game, right? Any beliefs that come, whose job is it to crack the shit out of it? Mine? Mine? Am I responsible for your beliefs? No. You are responsible for your beliefs. You're going to break free of them. That is your job. So 21 days, here we come. Every single day, you will receive a message. And I want you to write a little line of what did you feel that day? Like what happened when you spent that money, right? Apart from the spending, because I'm going to be checking on that, right? What have you spent and how much money is gone? So if you haven't been able to do it by end of the day, say, oh my gosh, this is gone, right? And be truthful. We're just looking at money. We're going to have that experience with money, that relationship with money, right? Everyone understands what the challenge is. It's fun, it's simple, right? Now it's going to be your time to ask any questions about either the challenge or about anything that we have learned today, anything that has come to your mind, any questions that come to your mind, anything that you would want to ask. Now is the time. Now is the time. If you have a question, put Q in the chat for me. You guys are already on it. I love that. I love you guys. Yes, Devashri. Okay, so do you guys need a break? I've seen this, a couple of them. We'll continue to ask questions. Close your camera, just listen to us. Go quickly, go for a break and come back. Right? Okay, I can hear somebody. So I'm muting everybody for now. Right? Yes, Devashri, what's your question?
When I started thinking about the hot pot, I love hot pot. And I'm like, okay, $50 is the hot pot, but I have to spend like four to $8 something on the travel. And I'm like, do we calculate that in that $100 or no?
Yes, so everything that you spent for yourself.
Mm.
Yes, so a hot pot, if you're buying the hot pot and if you're buying the stuff of the hot pot, but that's essentials, right? Like there's rice or there's some soup or there's some veggies in it that you can't put in. So hot pot you can. If you're going for the experience of hot pot, that's a separate thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to the restaurant to have the hot
Oh,
pot.
if you're going to the restaurant to have hot pot, you need to put the bill in.
And the travel as well.
I can't hear you, so ask him to be
And
quiet.
the
Or put your question in the chat because I can't hear you, right? Damini, what's your question? Where are
So
you, Damini? Yes.
we basically spend, like, for example, if it's $100, we basically practically have to spend that money.
No, you have to list it out on the paper. You wouldn't have $1 million by the end to spend, isn't it? So no, it's energetic bank account. So it's energy money. If you had $100, what would you do with that? With the rules applied. So rules apply. Okay. Everyone's with me? So it's not physical money, it's energy money.
Okay, so but we practically have to open energetic bank account. Like we have
Yes.
a separate bank account
Yeah,
and put the money in there.
correct. It's here.
Oh, in the mind.
Correct.
Okay.
Where
I,
is the energetic bank account? It's in your mind.
I don't really actually understand. I just don't understand like
The activity itself. So we are going to be sending a message every single day, and you have an energetic bank account. So the idea is to open up your vessel, right? So say for example, your threshold right now is $1,000. The max you can go for is $1,000 Beyond that, you don't like to spend, for example. And everybody has a threshold. This will also give you an idea of your threshold. So what we are going to do is, till $1,000 you'll be fine. But when we give you $2,000, $3,000, and you have to spend it on yourself, your body will start to feel certain things. And you want to be aware of that. That's the exercise, to open up the vessel. And then you go beyond that threshold. We'll give you $5,000 to spend. So it's energy money. It's not physical money.
Okay.
Just follow the instructions every day. You'll be fine. There'll be a lot of instructions coming through as well.
All right. Thank you.
Arpita, what happens if we want to spend more? You don't have that money. It's only, see, the questions are so cool now. That's only that money. 100 means 100. Yeah? Yes, Akansha.
Okay. Now, spending is not a problem for me. I can do that. I would
I know
love
that.
that. Enjoying this activity. My problem is when I have to receive it from someone.
Yeah. And you will
How will
see.
that be
Yeah.
addressed there?
Yeah. So you have a threshold and you haven't crossed that threshold.
No.
So first thing is the threshold. And I'm coming to the last part of it where we talk about abundance, but I want to take the questions off it. There is more to this activity. Although you want to know your threshold, because I know you have an expansive threshold. I've worked with you before. Like, I have an idea. But what is difficult is spending on yourself and solely on yourself. It's not an easy task. So that's where you start to open up and see your threshold. What's that ceiling that you go to? So we slowly start to mold it. But I have one last part to this exercise as well. But I just want to answer these parts first.
Yeah. Can I just add to it? A funny thing I've seen myself doing that when I spend good amount of money on myself, I buy things for others.
These 2 points I was.
Sure. So money avoidance is when you don't want to talk about money,
Okay.
right? Where, see, when I was growing up, it wasn't a constant conversations. And I believe, and that would happen with a lot of us, money was not discussed at home.
Yes.
Recently, on my trip to India, we were just sitting and we were all having a chit chat. And my husband and his brother, they were all sitting. And, without us having this money, obviously, discussion, he said, the fun part of us growing up was that their father, my father-in-law, would always discuss money openly. So he has a very different mindset to me. So people who have, nobody spoke about money in my house. We were saving, hiding under the beds and kitchen drawers and all whatnot, but nobody spoke explicitly about money. So I became avoidant. And my brother is also like that. Funny enough, we've discussed this, right?
Okay.
So how do you come out of that pattern? First is awareness. So that is an awareness piece. Which was the second one?
Worship.
Worship. Which one do you want to understand? Vigilance, you said, right? Or worship?
Yes. Yeah, I want to understand all the fours actually.
Okay, I'm not going to go through all the four because you will get the recording, Sumit.
Okay.
Do you have any questions around the challenge itself? You know what to do in the challenge?
Challenge, I'm good. I think this
Perfect.
is all like in mind we are spending for myself, but I'm going to buy it. Just we need to show you the screenshot. This is I'm going to buy where I'm spending my hundred
Penny by
dollars.
penny.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the idea of the four patterns, and if you understand very briefly also, you will start to notice these patterns in your life. All you
Good.
want to do is, as you go out of here, is start to notice this pattern. Are you avoiding money? The second one is worship. Are you thinking of money as money can solve everything? That's
Yeah.
that's money worship. Money status is, are you comparing status with money? Success is equal to how much money. And the
Yeah.
last one is vigilance, just giving you one liner so you have that. Vigilance is saving a lot of money, like keeping the money. And you know how we have this superstition, don't talk about money. So
True.
doing that is vigilance. So these are the four. So keep your mind open to that. But you will get the
Yeah.
recording to hear all of them in depth.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, Indu. Can we buy the same things depending on the price? Indu, do you want to give me an example? What was coming to your mind?
No, there wasn't anything particular like that. I was just thinking, like, okay, for instance, if we buy, say, for instance, if I go for my keratin treatment for $400,
Yeah.
and then you say around $2,000, can I go for the same thing for the part of the money? Like that was my thought.
If your heart allows you to do that, say, I know I'm going to be doing, I have done this exercise with all authenticity, and that's why I said be authentic, right? So when I was saying that I'm going to go the second week for a, say, for example, a hair massage spa or whatnot, was my body authentically allowing me, and or did I have to go through the threshold? So you can definitely buy the same thing again. Try not to, but if your body is allowing it, do it.
Okay, got it. So it's like in practically, would you be like,
Yeah.
yeah, although you're not spending physically, but what your intention is, are you
Yeah.
really wanting to spend that for you again and again on the
Yeah,
same?
do it. And
Yeah.
and if your heart says, yes, I want to do this again, do it.
Okay, got it. All right. Thank you. Thanks.
Right? Beautiful. Okay. Every day, new items we need to purchase. Yes, pretty much. That's the question. Try and purchase as many new items. See, because we are also trying to get clarity of what we like and what we don't like. You know, if I ask you this question and make a list of all the things that you want, I can bet you I've done it. You will not be able to write more than 10 things. This is the honest truth. It's funny, just think, what all do I want? 10, 20 things you'll be able to, because we haven't explored as much. Go on the internet, explore. It's a fun activity, right? Can you add travel cost as well? Yes, you can. Right? Deepti, what's your question? Where are you, Deepti?
Yeah. Hi, Ankita. So my
Hi.
question is, with this activity, this play game, it's all imaginary in your mind, not in reality, yeah?
No,
So it's just going wild with what you would like to do with the amounts, the dominations that you will be giving
correct.
us as to
Correct.
how wild we can go with it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But I want to say something to everybody. Your personality becomes your personal reality. And this exercise is expanding your personality so that it can become your personal reality. Yeah. So I want everyone to just play and have fun. Remember having fun, right? Remember having fun with this activity. Don't let any blockers come in the way. Whatever's coming up, rephrase it. Whatever's coming up, pick it up and throw it out because you have those three strong beliefs. I will choose to believe. I will choose to believe abundance. I am money. Read those, right? Beautiful question, Deepti. Yes, Kushi, what's your question?
Hi, Ankita. Thanks for the session. Ankita, my question is in regards to, first of all, after timeline therapy, the four types of mindsets that you talk about in money, what kind of money person you are. I was a very money vigilant person, but today when I was listening to all that, I don't fit into any of it at the moment. I'm just floating on top of it. Is that
Yeah.
because of timeline therapy? Because I'm still
It is a
discovering
possibility
that?
because we've done so much work, but it is
Okay.
not. See, every level has a devil, and unless you see, Kushi, what happens is when you become masters, when you study masters, you reach a threshold, and that is a
Mm.
very fancy place.
Mm.
Anyone who's done masters would know it's a very fancy place to be in. So you're not looking, it feels as if you know so much, right? What happens is that you are not able to go to the next threshold then. So with this activity, you want to expand and see, okay, what's my next threshold? See, every level has a devil, but if you don't go towards that level, you're going to be in values level 3,
So
4.
what I'm saying is,
So you want to
I'm not
expand that.
able to connect myself
You
down.
don't have to.
You don't have,
During
okay,
the
right.
exercise, you can.
Okay,
During the exercise, you will see the beliefs come up, and
okay,
that's what the exercise is as well. It's
sure.
just the idea of awareness, bringing in clarity of what else is possible. See, you're not thinking of what else is possible because when you started working with me 2 years back, whatever you have wanted, you've achieved it.
Hmm.
Correct? Now I'm saying there is more possible. So explore possibilities.
The second question I have is from one of your sharings where you said when your brother asks you, what can I buy? And I wrote the question about humbleness. I know you are grateful for what you have. That is part of humbleness. But where I'm coming from is when out of mannerisms or out of you don't want to be dependent on someone or don't want to
Yeah.
ask someone for something is where your answer came from. Does that become your blockage for?
Yes, it does.
Right.
So
Okay.
say and that happens a lot when we are asking for, I'm going to give you a small example. Do you feel worthy enough to go to your boss and say, hey, I work XYZ hours extra and I want you to pay me for that. We don't do that.
Hmm.
I so this is where that was coming from. Where am I blocked? And it's
Yep.
nothing to do with humbleness,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
It is nothing. Are you being humble working your ass off for your company? No, that's not what the idea is. It's just that because we're not asking for our worth because we don't know it. That's
Got
the
you.
idea,
Got you.
right?
Yeah, I have
Perfect.
a third question relating to this only. When I try to do a vision in my head to manifest and to connect with the feeling, I'm not able to create the visions.
And
Will
that is
this
why, yeah, that is
will
why,
this get
yeah,
rid of it?
that is
Okay,
why this exercise of finding images.
perfect.
I'm
Okay.
not asking you to visualize anything because a lot of people can't visualize their way through
Hmm.
abundance. You have to sit down and say, okay, fine, this is what I like and this is what I like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, thank you. I think it will align.
Good.
Thanks.
Perfect. Can we purchase personal development trainings? Oh, yes. That's yours. 100%. Go for it. Buy the NLP prac or the masters if you're heading that way. Manifest that. If that's what you've thought and you thought my course was expensive, yeah, manifest that. Not practically, not real imagination, it is. Absolutely. Imagination becomes your reality. So be very careful with that. Yes, Arpita.
You've already answered.
Perfect. All right. Would buying furniture of nope. Oh, for your penthouse, are you going to live there alone? Is the question, Neha. I doubt you wouldn't, right? But you can buy it because you're doing it for the family. 110%. But something that you like, okay? It's an experience that you're creating. Buy the furniture. No problems with furnishings. Go crazy. But get me a reference picture so that you know what you're creating. 110% buy furniture for your penthouse. Absolutely. Deepti, do you have another question?
No, all good. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, Karishma.
Hi, so I have two questions. First one is, so for the next 21 days, there are no Zoom calls like this. It's
No.
only okay. And the second one is, so I understand if it is $100 given and we spend 95, we lose the remaining five. We can't save it. But let's say if $100 is given and we are spending something like 200,
No,
can
you
we
can't spend.
energetically
No,
not
no, you can't
spend?
spend. You can't spend over. It has to be exact money. If you don't spend exact money, whatever is there is gone. That's the rule.
Okay.
You can't spend more. No, no,
So we can't energetically go into depth either.
no,
Okay.
no. Because
Okay.
see, we're expanding vehicles slowly. Imagine putting your mind at complete shock. If I can give you $1 million activity right now. Would your body agree with it? That's not what the point is. And the idea is not just to energetically expand. That's one of the notions that we are going to be doing. The other thing that we want to do is we want to look at our blockers as well. What feelings are we getting when we are spending, right? And then rephrasing that and slowly expanding, right? So that we sustain it. That's why if see that's why I explained. If you give a lottery ticket and you win the lottery, 2 years, 3 years down the line, people go crazy. People who sustain know how to balance it, how to manage money. So the idea is also teaching you management of money. So everything that I've taught before, it will take care of this particular challenge.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Perfect. Not a problem. Yes, Devangi.
Hey Ankita, or can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Firstly, you're looking very pretty today. I'm like, I need to compliment you on that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I just had a quick one. You spoke about quantum physics, I think so. Could you shed some light on that? And
Oh,
I think it's a very deep topic, and it took me to the movie. Which one was that?
it's
Uh,
whatever you know
yeah.
and more. It's a very big topic, Devangi. So quantum physics is, we teach that only in masters. It's that big a topic. Although my law of attraction trainings have some layers of quantum physics, but it's a very deep knowledge. The idea of it is seeing everything as energy, and how are you tuning in yourself with that. So it's a bigger concept.
It does exist, like it's a reality, right? Like quantum physics, which we see in movies and stuff.
Oh
It's
yeah, 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 yeah.
okay.
Absolutely.
And the second one is like, what if your like we have partners and husbands and parents around us. What if like their wavelength doesn't match ours when we're doing this activity, or what we feel about money and
I know this will happen. So I gave you a little tool. What are you gonna say? Cancel,
thank
cancel.
you. Yeah, yeah,
No,
cancel.
no,
Okay.
cancel, cancel. Send it back to the sender.
The
We don't want,
sender.
it's not mine, it's up to my
And
head.
should we discuss it or we shouldn't discuss?
I suggest don't discuss this 21 days. Please do yourself a favor.
Okay. And not discuss today's session as well.
There's no point.
Yeah.
Do it for yourself.
Cool.
Good,
I just fear a mismatch of energy and then
which is
that gives
fine.
me
That's
anxiety.
that's the exercise. That
Yeah.
is the exercise. This exercise is for you. Create a bubble, energetic bubble, and do your work.
Okay.
It's for you.
Yeah. I
Yeah?
just noted.
Good. Okay,
Thank
Grisha.
you.
So if I give you 5,000, for example, do we have to research and give you detailed spending rather than just saying spent on vacation? Yes, I want every dollar count. In the 5,000, 2,000 has gone on tickets. $100 has gone on this. I want every dollar spent with images, if you can create like a collage every day. Yeah? Perfect. Karishma, do you have another question?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Perfect. Yes, Deepthi. Quickly ask, and then we'll close the door for the question.
Yes. So I want to understand what is the reasoning behind it. Like if you go, let's suppose for shopping, you like something for 1,000, but then the mindset comes in and then you start looking for something which is a lower amount, not 1,000, because you then start calculating what else is in line, like the bills and everything that is still yet to be fixed. So what is exactly how to overcome that, and what should be done, and why, like,
There's a lot. So we're definitely not working in this particular training, Deepthi, on
yeah,
we're just working on the awareness piece at the moment.
awareness.
But I will answer your question, right? So there's a couple of things that you want to understand about shopping. One of the things is called looking out for best of your values, of your money's value, right? And if you're doing that in a way that, okay, of course, I am not going to buy an apple which is, we get apples for what, $4, $5 a kg. But if the apple is like $15 a kg, $20 a kg,
Yeah,
am I getting enough value for my bucks? No, I'm not. So I'm not going to buy it. So that's logical thinking,
yeah,
right? But if you are doing that in every transaction, if you're only looking for discounted stuff, if you're not buying anything full priced, even though when you know you want it, you like it, and that's where the deservability issue comes. So you want to work and find out what actually is the issue. Is there an issue with the self-worth? Most likely there is. The second thing which I want you guys, this is a good question for everybody. I want you guys to keep an awareness for buyer's remorse. Now, how many times has that happened? You've gone and you've bought something, you're like, I shouldn't have bought it. And then you go next day, return it. By the way, rule is you can't return things. Once you've bought it, you've bought it. Yeah? So now start thinking about buyer's remorse as well. So say, for example, you bought a beautiful necklace one day. Next day, you're thinking, oh my God, what would I have done with that? I would have bought something else, right? Investments also are not a part of this. Savings not a part of this. Debt's not a part of this. You're gonna get like a whole list of rules, right? I'll make like a whole rule list, and you will get that message, right? And if I see anybody who's missed on that, you will hear from me, or the team will say, hello, nah, that's not gonna work, right? So all of that kind of stuff. So keep an eye on what are your threshold, what beliefs are coming for you. Belief is a detailed work. That's
Yeah.
the main work, right?
Sure.
Perfect. All right. So I want you guys to keep an awareness of one more thing when the challenge comes in. Now we've spoken about the core challenge, but I want you to start looking for abundance around and different ways of receiving. So this part is only one part of the challenge. There's a second part to it. Okay. Where you're going to start to see where are you receiving abundance. So today I've spent $100, right? Today I've spent $100, but where have I received abundance? Maybe my son has come and given me a nice hug. So gratitude for that. Remember, money and gratitude have the same frequency. Notice abundance in your life. Okay, it's not that you've spent $100, $100 will come straight. No, that's not how it works. Abundance works in different ways. Maybe you have great health. Maybe you're going to the gym every day. Maybe you got a smile to someone's face. Maybe you helped somebody. Maybe when your child looked at you, they smiled. Maybe you have healthy parents. That's abundance, by the way. So start looking for abundance in your life. Start finding evidence and be grateful. That's a given set. You can't do this work without, oh my gosh, I'm doing this, I'm writing it for 15 minutes. Next minute, my husband comes and he says, oh yeah, we've got an electricity bill. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many bills these days. You can't do all of that in these 21 days. Keep an energy check. Keep your body in check. Know your feelings and have fun. Okay? Have fun with this challenge. I will see you. I will send you a message on the last day of this particular challenge. I'll be sleeping in a little bit here and there. I know I wouldn't be able to keep myself away, but I'll be speaking to you here and there 110%. But I look forward to seeing all the amazing stuff as the challenge comes in. You will get your first post today, so you'll not have a lot of time to do it, but it'll be a smaller amount, so you'll be able to quickly do it, right? Let's go, guys. I will see you guys on the last day now. Goodbye.
Bye.